and work our way down, and then let him take a look at the work and see how it looks. I'm gonna go against the direction of the hair. I'm sorry, I don't know if I explained what type of haircut I'm doing. I'm gonna do it even all over, then I'm gonna do a light fade along the side, right? So we're gonna take it down first for 3.5 blade.
One of the big keys, Tony, is to treat them the way you would want to be treated.
Treat them the way you want to be treated. Some people don't care how they treat you. Some people don't love themselves.
That's it.
Hurt people, right?
That's right.
So what I'm doing is I'm combing and I'm cutting, checking my progress, going through the entire haircut, getting it into a nice even length. And I'm going to show you how we're going to work down in our blade size. So what size is this blade that I'm using?
3.5.
3.5, right? What's the next blade size there?
2.
2. We actually just designed a 2 3/4, so that would be my next blade size. My goal is to create a very smooth transition from this length of the haircut to the light lower taper portion of this haircut. So this is a 3.5. What's the name of this tool that I'm using? MVP. Most valuable plate on the team. 2 3/4 is my next blade size. Notice the motions that I'm taking. I'm going from my toe to my heel, right? It's like a toe to heel technique. If you look at my arm and use my arm as the head, when you make your first approach to any haircut, you want to place the toe on the skin. When you finish, you move up higher on the head. You're now going to transition from the toe to heel. And that's always going to create a taper look. If you start digging like this, that's creating a weight line, right? That's the lines that we want to stay away from. That's the mistakes that we don't want to make. You don't want to create weight lines. So as long as you keep your tools rotating and moving in that motion, it's going to be very hard for you to create a weight line. It's when you just leave the tool and you just dig, is when that weight line is going to appear. And it's going to take you a lot of time to remove the weight line. So what we're doing now is we're going in and we're coming out. C-stroke. That's a 2 3/4. We can move down one more blade size to the 2. It's going to take me down slightly shorter. And as I move down to my blade sizes, I'm moving down lower to the perimeter of this haircut. So I'm no longer just up here. I'm now moving down each blade. I'm moving down 1/2 inch shorter on this haircut. But the motion stays the same. If you ever get into a situation where a portion of the haircut is a little thicker, or the scalp itself is kind of bumpy, got dents in the head, that's going to happen. Prepare yourself and get ready for that. In those areas where the hair is thick or is grown in different areas, what I do is I slightly turn my blade sideways, and I just go into the area where the hair is thick. So if I place my entire blade against the skin and he has a dent right here, guess what? I'm going to slide over the dent, but inside of the dent, still going to be a nice patch of hair. To remove that area inside of the dent, you turn your tool sideways. So I know in school they teach you just go around and use the blade and go from one length, work yourself down or work yourself up, and it should be systematically even. That's not always true. Sometimes as a barber or a stylist, you got to make the adjustments. I see right here at the bottom portion of his neck, it's growing in all different places, right? That's that cowlick or that swirl that we talked about. Remember, our goal is to create a seamless transition from long to short. Even look at my body position. When I first started cutting hair, I was always like this, bending over, right? Started developing cramps in the top of my neck and in my back. So now I don't care how I look. I'll bend my legs like this, just to provide a more comfortable position, get a better angle. That's going to take a lot of that strain off of your back. That's the number 2. Let's go down to a 1.5. How long would this haircut normally take in your salon for this haircut? How long would it take? 50, 20 minutes. Anybody else? How long would this haircut normally take? 30 minutes? That's a long time for a haircut. 30 minutes. Ooh, okay. What happens when you got a room full of clients that want to get a haircut on Saturday morning? You don't overbook. What if you got clients that you got appointments for? Can you make room for your walk-ins?
Yeah, I don't do it. I don't book.
You don't bump nobody. That's kind of hard to turn away that client that's in there, right? That's coming in.
All money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money. How do you build your clientele if you got a steady appointments? How do you make room for new clientele?
You won't always have to. Can't make every dollar, man.
Can't make every dollar.
Make whole chase.
You can try. He said you can try. Now I'm repeating what he said. He said you can try. But at what expense? Sometimes you upset your faithful followers, right?
Right, yeah.
I made an appointment with you now. I'm 2 hours. I made it 3 o'clock. I didn't get in the chair till 5:30.
Get a late fee.
A late fee?
You gonna get a late fee.
Me as a barber gonna get a late fee?
No, the individual that had the appointment, especially if it's running by.
No, he's on time.
No, he's on.
I'm running behind.
So I-
Barber's running behind.
I can't charge him a late fee if he on time and I'm running behind.
You gotta take care of them too.
Gotta take
You
care
gotta
of him.
take care of them too.
I haven't mastered that yet. To be honest. I got my steady followers, and sometimes I still try to grab those walk-ins, and I try to make them wait for me. Just hold on. I don't know if it's the right thing, but I need to work on it. I'll be honest. I ain't got it all together. It's not perfect. Sometimes I see that line up there, and I'm like, hey, I need to get a piece of that. I ain't the only one that do that. I'm trying to make it seem like I'm just so bad. Everybody laughing. Y'all do the same thing. Come Monday or Tuesday, well, come Wednesday this weekend, next weekend, y'all gonna be in there thinking about it, yeah? I see what Tom's talking about. Yeah, but I think that with a haircut, you should time yourself. And the reason why I asked him that question is, I try to challenge myself with certain haircuts. I put a timer on my station just to build up my speed. But while I'm building up my speed, my focus is I don't want to lose my quality. But I do want to know when I can speed it up. Certain haircuts, you know what, I can speed this one up. I might have room to squeeze one in. Be 5 to 10 minutes off from my next appointment. You got to know if you can do that or not. You got to know which haircuts you can do that with. If it's a new client, I know I can't speed up on his haircut because I'm trying to impress him. I'm trying to give him my best haircut possible. Why is it that when somebody comes to the city, it's hard for them to find a good barber? Hard for them to find a good barber. We need to come up with some type of association or some type of network where if a barber comes to if one of my clients come to your city, I already know you there, I can refer him to you. I had a guy who called me, and his client, Judge Mathis, was in Vegas. He asked me, you know anybody in Vegas? I didn't know anyone in Vegas to refer them to Judge Mathis. That was a celebrity client. That could have been a good opportunity for somebody. If I knew someone in Vegas, I could have made that connection. So before you guys leave here today, I have a business card. I have my flyers on your chairs that you're sitting in. Please follow me on Instagram. Anybody here on Instagram? Follow me on Instagram. That's one of the popular social sites right now. Follow me on Instagram. Let me know what city you're in. If I can help you in your career in any kind of way, my clients come to your city. If I see that you're qualified and you're capable, I'm gonna make sure I make the connection for you.
So you say you do appointments. Do you do appointments online?
I used to do appointments online through Gene Book. You familiar with Gene Book?
No, I've heard of it, but I'm not too familiar.
That's a good, and that's for anyone in here, that's a good way you can book your appointments online, and they can prepay. One of the problems that I started having with the online booking was someone would fill up the slots
It wouldn't show
and they
up.
didn't show. I was like, man, I got this, you know, I get the text, I get the email, and they didn't show up. So I made it mandatory that you prepay, and that is no refund if you don't show.
So you still do it online?
I still do it online.
So do you do both? You do paper and online, or just everything online?
No, you can call me directly, you can call the salon directly, and you can make an appointment online.
Did you say it's called what now?
Gene Book. That's a 1.5 blade that I had. I'm gonna go down to my last blade, which is a 1A. Can you start to see the taper transition? All right. Make sure this is the right blade.
That's a 1/8.
1A. That's gonna be probably the length. That's gonna be about an inch. It's called the 1A, but it's gonna be the length of an inch. Remember, I transitioned from 3, 2.5, 2 and 3/4 to 2 to 1.5. Now this is a 1, but the blade is gonna tell you it's a 1A. So that's an inch. You notice the blade that I'm using is a ceramic blade. This blade runs cooler, cuts sharper, and lasts longer than your metal and metal blade. So if you have a detachable tool and you don't have this type of blade, you eventually want to invest into metal and ceramic blade.
You switch out your metal blade, cutting blade.
Put that ceramic cutter in there. You can. You can do that. But you will have to order the ceramic blade separate. I mean, they don't normally, sell them at shows. You'll have to order it.